Hey, what is up everybody, Blades here, and today for you guys another video of Persona 5X. So today's video, guys, we're going to be going ahead and going over some 4 stars that you guys probably should invest in, especially when it comes down to just both general type things and bossing type things inside of P5X. Now, these are all going to be characters that you guys really want to invest into, especially for at least launch here, seeing they are going to help you out in various ways. So if you guys are interested in this, be sure to sit back, relax, enjoy the video. As always, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It really does help me out quite a lot. So now we went over this here. The first characters that I want to go ahead and talk about are mainly just going to be the 4 stars in general for this video. So what better way to at least talk about the investing other than just to start with the best ones that you really want to get up first. Now, one of the first characters I would like to recommend here is actually going to be our man Lufel, which was actually in the front. I'm surprised I walked right past him. And the main reason for this is because Lufel himself is actually very powerful, especially at the beginning of the game. He is going to be a healer at the end of the day as his main association here, but this healer kind of bleeds into a little bit of a supporter who is a buffer at the end of the day. You're not only able to deal, of course, some decent fire damage, but you're also able to decrease the healing of different foes depending on what you do. This character has a little bit of not only just decreased healing, he can also give all healing to all of your allies here as well, increasing the healing effect of it, while also allowing yourself to be even more of a little bit of a problem based on the fire stacks at hand. So even once you get him A6, you can then increase your attack. So you got heals, you got at least attack buffs, and you got at least somewhat a healing received effect to foes as well, which is already 3 different plus down that you guys might want to go ahead and invest in, especially for the character. But alongside of this here, not only does he have those in his arsenal, but he has an AoE highlight heal or an ultimate heal that is fairly at least powerful with the increase of allies attack. So as you can see, this character is pretty much going to be very powerful no matter how you dice it. You have a little bit of too much attack, you have those heals, and you mash it all together, and this is the character that you're going to end up coming up with here. This character, without a doubt, is really good for at least general use, and if you really wanted to use him for bossing, he does have a little bit of a space there as well. So I suggest you guys to go ahead and get him built up as high as possible, seeing he's really going to be helpful. Now, the next character that I would like to tell you guys to invest into is going to go down to one of the other characters, and this is actually going to be our man Leon. Leon was also another one of the characters that I feel like I passed by, but I guess I did not here. But he's also one of the few characters that is absolutely necessary. For general use, he's pretty darn decent. He actually helps you out quite a lot here, and he is a nuke related character who really specializes in the support bracket, or at least the buffing bracket of the game. This character for general use is pretty darn decent, but for bossing is where he really does shine. He's able to at least deal a ton of damage, or well, help you deal a ton of damage here based on the buffs that he has in hand. Usually being able to at least apply a shield on the enemy, or at least on the ally here, he's already buffing up your attack a decent bit. But also by using the other buff that he does have here, he's also going to be buffing your attack and helping you out on shields as well. This is already going to be nice, but once you do get at least buffs on him, that's where things even more so change, and this character starts to get even more broken, at least in hand. So just based off of everything that he already has, which is a lovely attack and this lovely shield buff, but he's able to increase defense on his A1, which is very powerful. Alongside of this here, he's not only doing just that, but he also can increase crit damage at his A5 and increase it again at his A6, even more so by 25%. This is going to make him very powerful in the long run and make anyone who's paired with him absolutely a nuker at the end of the day. If you end up getting this character, be sure to invest into him. He's definitely really worth it here, and has plenty, and I mean this wholeheartedly, has plenty of ways of just being a whole nuisance no matter what you want to go ahead and go for. Pretty much, if you want to do anything for at least awarenesses wise, which you're going to end up getting for this character anyways, the priority is definitely going to be that A6, but if you can even get this character at A3 or A5, it's definitely going to be worth it in the long run. But he's definitely one of the characters I would recommend for you guys, so surely do pay attention to trying to get him. Now, the next character that I very well so can at least recommend here is going to be our man Seiji. Now our man Seiji is Flueret here, or at least his code name is Flueret here, who's fairly powerful on the side of at least DPS. Let's say you're missing a DPS such as like our On here or Skull, you can actually rely on this guy very nicely. The only downside to him is in CN he is still fairly powerful, but he doesn't last all too long, so surely do keep that at least at the back of your head there. But this character has a lot for him here. He's able to not only deal some nice wind damage and inflict winded, which decreases defense, but he's also able to deal some very devastating damage in general. This is mainly due to the amount of at least crit rate and crit damage that you're going to be having on this guy, pretty much making him a huge threat. Whenever he does have his actual build here, you are going to be focusing a lot of crit damage on him, and then with the crit rate substats, he's definitely going to be very much so a problem to at least be messed with for any enemy in front of you. In fact, he has a couple multi-hits built inside of his whole kit, so when you have the crit rate and crit damage already there, stacked on top of the amount of tack that you're going to have on this character, it will definitely make him very strong. With the continuous amount of damage that you can do with the skill 3 of this character, you're going to find yourself pretty much taking down anything in front of you and allowing yourself to deal some devastating damage no matter how you see it. Though I will say, when it does come down to bossing, although he is pretty good for now, he will slowly deplete compared to at least On and Ryuji in that aspect. His damage is pretty decent, but bossing wise, he kind of is a little iffy, so surely do keep that in mind. Now for the next character that we're going to go ahead and recommend, this is more or less going to be a navigator. This navigator is going to be named Miyu, or at least Puppet here. Now Puppet quite literally is another one of these 4 stars that I would recommend you guys to highly invest into, seeing that she's going to be a very helpful character to actually invest into. This is the character who's actually going to be your Navi for most of the time and help you sustain a lot of your teams here, so I would definitely advise you guys to go ahead and invest into her as much as possible. Main reason for this is because she's actually able to increase not only your defense, but also restore SP for your whole entire team, depending on at least the skill that you do. She also has built-in shields, which are really nice, and able to decrease weak damage taken whenever we do get hit. This also allows us so we can actually have 2 down gauges as well, which with this in mind, that means you can't get knocked for at least 2 whole time, which is absolutely amazing. Whenever you have this whole character on the field here, it's pretty much ensuring your entire team to be as safe as possible, allowing you to really deal some damage while all in the safety of her little water bubble that she's able to perform. She's pretty darn nice and really does come in handy, though just like Okayan here, which is the other 4-star navigator, they're both pretty much good, but they both end up falling off in the future. So if you're investing to them now, it's really good for at least early game / mid game, but they will fall off later on, so surely do keep that in mind. Now as for a little bit of an honorable recommendation, and which is technically one of the characters I want to include inside of this video here, that is going to be the man Shun. Now Shun is another character that I would love to recommend here, and that's mainly because of his ability to do things inside of boss battles. Now Shun himself, he is a defender. He's pretty darn powerful as well. The only issue with him is, as I did say, defenders are very lackluster in this game. Although he does have some decent things in his kit, such as being able to taunt, also take down a little bit of the enemy's defense here, which is absolutely nice, as well as deal some defense shred. He's really nice in that aspect, but that's pretty much all he has going for him. Usability inside of general use is pretty okay, but where you're really going to be utilizing this character is definitely for bossing. So all in all, you really do want to go ahead and make sure that you get this character built in that aspect, but he will fall off very heavily later on. For bossing, he'll still stick around, so it might be wise to at least give him a little bit of a try, especially if you are trying to invest in the future. So without further ado, I think those are the only 4 stars that are pretty much worth it at the end of the day. You guys let me know down below in the comment section how you do feel about this here, and how you feel about my man Kiyoshi not being mentioned. I really do hate that this man is ranked as low as he is, and I think you guys know what I'm talking about this, but he's still one of the top at least 4 stars in my heart at the end of the day. But till next time, everybody, peace out, have a wonderful day.